If you play Rocket League, you've probably heard of a shot called a power shot. Power shot is a shot that allows you to get a lot of power, kind of in the name, and it's really, really effective even at the higher ranks of Rocket League. Today I'm going to show you how to perform a power shot and then many different ways of doing a power shot. Let's get right into it. Now, in order to do a power shot, there's a few different flips that you can do, but there is mainly two flips that you would want to use. That is an angled flip, both ways, and a speed flip, both ways. Now, for most of the power shots, you're going to be using an angled power shot. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. In order to perform this, you just need to jump and tilt your cart up just a little bit, kind of like this. Tap any air roll, it can be left or right, doesn't matter, whatever your preference is. If you are doing it on the right air roll, you're going to point your joystick to the top left. Look at my controller on the bottom right or left. And if you're doing it on the left arrow, you're going to be pointing it to the top right. Again, look at my controller. You need a reference. Now, all that's left for you to do is perform a flip. It will look like this. Like this. Now, what you need to do is called a flip cancel. You're going to point your joystick all the way down to the very bottom. So, so imagine it's a clock. You're going to point it at 6 o'clock. Doesn't matter. Whatever arrow you do, it's going to look something like this. And then all you want to do is use some arrow to land yourself on all four. Doesn't matter which arrow you use, as long as you land. Now, before you do any sort of power shot, I recommend being able to do this at least 3 times in a row, for whatever arrow you feel most comfortable with. Alright. So, that is how you do the angled one. And for a speed flip, you could go watch another tutorial, as because the speed flip takes many minutes out of this video that will kind of ruin the point of this video, so I'm not going to explain it. Now, for the main kind of 3 power shots you're going to get a chance for, we're going to start with a bounce dribble power shot. Now, a bounce dribble power shot is bounce dribble in the name, and then it doesn't matter which type of flip you use. So, in order to perform a bounce dribble, very, very simple. I'm just going to set the ball up. What you're going to do is you're going to let it touch the floor. And right before it touches the floor again, you're just going to touch the ball. So, touches it. Touch it now. 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 And you can go for a shot. Now, the reason why the shots have been more rolling is because I have been hitting it in the middle of the ball. This is a very common mistake that you're going to see. Now, yes, it does generate power, but it's not the main power that you're looking for in a power shot. What you want to do is you want to be able to hit the ball pretty much right there at the bottom. I'll just show you again. Right here. This way it actually gets some arc, as you can see right now. We're going to do a bounce dribble. I'm going to hit it the right way. See how it gets some air onto it than before? Now, if you hit it a little more towards the bottom of the ball, you're going to get a nice arc. Now, this type of bounce dribble, you should never do straight up like this. You should never do it straight up to the net because it's way harder to do. And it's not as effective as if you were coming from the side. Now it can be either side, but depending on the side, depends on which arrow you want to use. If you're coming from the left side, you're going to want to use a left arrow one. If you're coming from the right side, you're going to want to use a right arrow dot. Now, where you want to hit the ball on these sides is you still want to hit it towards the bottom, like here, but you're going to go more to the left side when you're on the left side. And the same thing applies to the right side. On the right side, you're going to want to hit it more towards the right side of the ball, but you're still going to touch it towards the bottom. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1, but this is what's going to allow you to get a lot better power shots off of your punch drills. Now when I'm straight on, I want to hit it more towards the middle. But depending on where I'm shooting, which is a little advanced for any lower ranks watching this video, because I highly doubt you're watching this video if you are a higher rank. But if you are trying to shoot it into where you want to, which always, whenever you're shooting, always pick a spot to put the ball. Because this actually really trains you. But anyway, depending on which side you're coming from, so if you're coming from this side, or if you're coming from this side, if you're trying to hit it towards the middle, you're just going to hit it in the middle. But then you're going to do your flip. And this can be both ways. Now, if you wish to hit it towards the left or right corners, you want to come more at an angle. So you kind of want to jump about here and hit the ball about here. So kind of where, as soon as that black line starts on the ball, a little outline. Now, depending on which way you want to shoot it, depends on how far you come off of the ball before touching it. And what I mean by that is how far you're going this way on the ball before you want to touch it. This completely relies on where you are as to where the ball is, as to where the goal is. And it does sound a little complicated, so in order to make it a little easier for anybody to understand, if I want to shoot it in the right corner, the bottom right corner, I'm just gonna come at an angle like this. So if I were at like this, I'm kind of just gonna hit it dead on in the center, but a little to the left so it actually angles in the net. Whereas if I was coming at this angle, and I still want to hit it to the bottom left, I'm gonna instead turn in because I have to face the ball. And I'm going to pop a left angled one, and I'm going to hit it on the very side of the ball. So this is all just based on where you are from the ball and where the ball is from the goal. Completely dependent on that. Now, that is the balance dribble one. Now, the easiest one to learn is just a rolling ball power shot. I'm going to roll it a certain way. I'm going to come off kind of a little far from the ball, and I'm just going to drive right into it from an angle. So go out, angle, drive into it. Notice how much arc and power this gets. Now all that's left is to shoot it in the net by angling yourself. This can go both ways. That's pretty much it. How to do this. Really simple. Do not flip into the ball, because if you do flip into the ball, it's not going to get much height. The reason it's so deadly is because of the height it generates. So, now flip. Get an angle. and flip. No height. Now, that is two main ones that I see. Now, for any power shots that are where the ball is kind of in the air, you need to be able to at least aerial to do this. You need to at least be able to do this, and then just flip into the ball, like so. You can do that, and you just angle yourself on it. Now, for this one, you can do either a speed flip or angled one. A speed flip generally from back by your own net would be more powerful because it generates more height, and a angled one kind of gets less height. So it really depends on which shot you want to go for and which shot you can actually perform. So angled, not much height, and a speed flip, pretty much a good height. Now, the same thing as with the bounce dribble, you're going to want to hit it towards the bottom of the ball. So, right there. See if I can make it a little slower for anybody. Right there. That way you actually get some more arc. And even without me jumping, actually flipping into it, you can see that it does generate good height. Now, the reason it gets this power is through your flip, because if I were to just do that jump, look at that. Not much power behind it. Whereas if I flip, pretty good power. All that's really left for you to do is just angle it towards the net. So just make sure your accuracy is on point. And for the ones in the air, if you are far away from it, just boom it. Kind of hit it on the bottom. But if you are closer to the net you're trying to score on, come more towards the middle of the ball. Now, your power shot doesn't need to be an angled shot, and it doesn't need to be a speed flip. As you can see in that last shot, all I really did was a front flip cancel. And that still generates pretty good power. But a speed flip and an angled one are going to generate a lot more power, mostly all the time. And so that is it for your power shots. And I hope you understood everything from this video, and I hope that you can actually perform this, as it is really useful. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.